welcome to Omnibros Live on a Wednesday. I'm OmniDog, and we're talking pop culture stuff. I'm joined by Lou of Comics Guide. I haven't been here in so long, I've forgotten everything. And petitioning for an Inhumans omnibus. I'm right here, dude. Here I am. There we go.
I'm looking for the book, but I can't find the Inhumans omnibus. I don't know where it could be. I'm looking. I don't know.
Oh, you can't find it.
No.
That blows.
Yeah.
I mean, rule of numbers, right? Eventually they're going to run out of shit to omnibus. So we're going to get to it at some point.
Exactly. Or they might just be petty enough and say, nah, it's all right. We're not going to do that one.
Oh, that'd be messed up.
I can see it happening.
Did you have you watched Ms. Marvel?
I'm missing the final episode, but I already know what happens.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had 2 good days the past 3 weeks, and the one good day I watched the 3 episodes that I hadn't seen yet of Ms. Marvel. Then I watched all 6 episodes of Obi-Wan.
Nice.
And then Sunday I watched Gunpowder Milkshake and half of RRR, Lou's Movie of the Year.
Wow. Yeah. God bless it. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a 3-hour movie though, and I didn't know that when I started.
3 hours.
Yeah, and it's great. It's really amazing, but I couldn't finish it. And now Patty's back home, so I'm gonna have to come downstairs and finish it like tomorrow. But I love everything that I saw in it.
Triple R is the best MCU movie this year, and on that hill defending it.
And let me just say, as much as I love my wife and women and girls, the policeman in Triple R is extremely good looking.
Oh, he's gorgeous. He's a beautiful man.
I have a huge man crush on him.
He's a beautiful man.
He is everything I would want in a man if I was a man that wanted a man.
Absolutely.
Nice.
100%.
Stunning looking.
Yes.
Hayden, I think the first thing that needs to be discussed is how great you all look tonight. Well, thank
Peace
you.
and love.
Appreciate that.
Dude, kind of just
What's up?
to stick to kind of the Triple R thing. Seriously, we'll go through this quick. This was recommended through the chat. Everybody's like, you need to see Triple R. You need to see Triple R in the chat. I was like, a 3-hour Bollywood movie? Okay.
I had seen it on a ton of lists.
Yeah.
That I pay attention to. That this was the thing to see on Netflix.
Yeah, which I later then learned there's a whole bunch of different stuff other than Bollywood. This is Hollywood. Like there's a whole different corners of woods and stuff like that.
In India?
In India, yeah.
So there's Tollywood as well as Bollywood?
There's Tollywood, Bollywood. There's like a whole bunch of other ones as well. This is Tollywood. And apparently in India, if you see it, it's really cool actually. If you see the crowd reactions, people have filmed inside the crowds, they lose their shit. Dude, and it puts like opening night Avengers Endgame to shame. People are throwing stuff in the air like confetti and stuff like that when they see the actors and stuff, because it's completely different over there. It's more of like how we used to be in the 90s, where the actors are the center thing. It's not about events, it's not about comics, it's not about that stuff. It's the actors. And for years, they have wanted the 2 main actors of this movie and the director to come together to make a movie, but they didn't. Nobody could afford it. Nobody could fund the budget to get all of them together. And this is the first time it happened. So you see people in the theaters just going fucking nuts.
So these are like the 2 leading men in India right now?
For Tollywood, yeah, for Tollywood films, yes.
What does Tollywood mean? Or what does
Is that a province or a location?
So my basic understanding of it, it's a regional thing. It's where the movies are filmed regionally. Gotcha. And I fell down a rabbit hole, and I want to watch the other 2 movies that this director has, which are apparently historical epics like the Odyssey, and they're amazing apparently as well.
Nice.
Is the handsome policeman in any of those movies? Asking for my daughter.
For research purposes. Yeah.
Don't really know. That's a good question.
Well, have your wife Google him.
I think I will.
Thank you, William. Thank you. Peace and love. Now, I'm only halfway through the movie, so chat, if you've seen it, please don't spoil it.
Yeah.
But it's the way it's constructed is also so different from anything we've ever seen.
Nice.
Like you get it's not spoiling it, just the way it's constructed. You get before it's even introduced, you get like 3 separate stories that introduce things, and then the big movie starts. Like 45 minutes in is when it says RRR. And there's an R in everything. I mean, like the story and stuff like that. But the way it's constructed is just so different, and I really am excited to finish it.
Oh, dude, it's like 5 movies in one. It's a buddy cop movie at one point. It's an action film. It's a romantic comedy at another point, and it works. It's
like the biggest bromance so far that I have ever seen, and it's so fun.
An hour into it, you sent me a message the other night. It was probably close to almost 11 o'clock at night saying, "Hey, dude, I need to know, does this bromance work out or not? Because I just can't stick around and seeing this fall apart." I'm like, yes, it works out in the end.
I was so emotionally invested in these 2 guys being friends. We're talking about Triple R on Netflix, RRR, True Graphic. It would break. I just had to know. I said, if these guys are going to break up at the end of the movie, I can't watch this. So I don't mind a spoiler. Just please tell me everything's okay. And you consoled me, and I said, okay, I'll watch the rest of it. That's actually partly why I stopped. I was like, oh my God, I'd jump off a roof if these 2 guys didn't stay together.
Oh yeah, no, the same. And I would put money. Now, the director has said he will not do it, but I would put money that this guy in a few years will be up for a Marvel film. He has said he wouldn't do it because he wants to focus on doing films in India and representing his culture, which more power to him. I totally respect that. That's fantastic. But this dude needs to be put on a Marvel film, and Kevin Feige and co need to sit down and take a look and see, this is how you do this stuff. Because the last few Marvel films I've had complaints with, some of the action, some of the comedy and stuff like that, this does all of that amazingly well. I love this movie. I walked away with this jazz, dude. 3 hours went by, and it didn't feel like 3 hours went by.
Yeah. I guess we should probably talk about. Oh yeah, I need to see the Gray Man. I've seen a preview of that. That looks amazing too.
I actually saw that. It's pretty good.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I dug it.
Have you seen Night Skies yet on Amazon?
No, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me.
Man, you suck.
I saw the first episode. It's good. It's
good. It just gets better.
It's got
the
really
first episode is slow compared to everything else.
Yeah, the wife and I, we tried watching Gray Man the other day, and we're like, this is not good.
It's not for you?
No, but in fairness, we had seen Triple R the night before.
Oh, everything's going to pale in comparison to that.
It's a totally different movie. You can't compare the 2.
Yeah.
By the way, Gray Man is supposed to be based on novels, and they're doing the whole universe thing. So it already got greenlit for a sequel and a spin-off, and they're doing a whole franchise on Netflix with Gray Man. But it's fun. I dug it. Very, very fast-paced action movie.
I was surprised. I just wanted to see Gunpowder Milkshake because I like Karen Gillan in Oculus. She was I don't know how much acting she's really done as Nebula in those movies, but I loved her in Oculus, and I thought, oh, this looks fun. And then freaking Lena Headey and Michelle Yeoh and Angela Bassett, and Carla, how do you pronounce her last name? Guignol? She was in Spy Kids and Gerald's Game. She was the librarian.
Gugino?
Gugino?
Let me check. Let me double check.
I have a crush on all of those women, and they were all in it, and there was just so much action and blood and shooting and stabbing and killing. It was awesome.
Gugino.
What was it?
Carla Gugino.
Gugino.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. I thought it was really well choreographed, and there's so much gun violence, which is weird that I like it because I'm not a big fan of guns in America, but guns in movies are fine. I don't know, maybe I'm a hypocrite, but man, when Lena Headey gets her guns and just starts firing away, she is a badass in that movie. So badass.
Nice. You know who's a badass?
InStockTrades.com?
Oh, my dude. I love it. Thank you so much.
Go for it, dude.
It's your one-stop shop for all things collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, absolutes, box sets, manga, whatever it may be when it comes to the world of collected editions. You get it at InStockTrades.com. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. If you order $50 or more in your collected edition, you get free shipping, fantastic customer service, and wonderful packaging at In Stock Trades, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Shout out to IST for always backing your boys, the Omnibros, on YouTube.
And F you to everybody that bought Death of X Wolverine, whatever that hardcover is, because it's out of stock now and my order's being held up. So you guys suck. Everybody that bought it from them.
Look at that. Look at that. Kenny, my man. IST's amazing. Plan on making an order next week with him. Nice.
There he is. Crypto's Den was,
that's something you guys on tonight.
Hey, Rose.
Obviously,
Kenny was keeping Crypto's Den alive this past week with the announcement from San Diego. There was tons of that.
Yeah. Marcelo says, beautiful t-shirt, Jess.
Oh, thank you. I'll show it to you, Marcelo. Not that t-shirt douche, but I'll show it to you.
I hope the Green Man universe works out since it's done by the Russos. Yeah.
Yeah, the Russos.
I will say Chris Evans does his best Ryan Reynolds in this movie. And that was the only thing that kind of, I didn't dig as much.
Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, I am excited to see Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan on Disney+. That's pretty big that they're putting R-rated movies on there. I loved Logan.
Where have you been, Jess? He was on assignment, like I told you guys.
Yeah, he was grieving the marriage of
Anya Taylor-Joy.
And Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen, too.
I've been in mourning for 3 weeks.
It should have been me, damn it.
I know. Now I'll fixate on like Michelle Yeoh and Ming Na. Those are my... I don't know anything about their relationship, so I'll focus on them until I find out they're married.
That was another one. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Thank you for that. That was a year recommendation for me to watch, and that was fantastic as well. I
recommended it to you, not 11 o'clock comics. It was me.
No, I'm pretty sure that was you. I know you've been jonesing about that for a while, and I bought the 4K and we sat down the other night and we really dug it.
Oh, good. That movie is. I mean, I think I need to see it again to get all of it because there's so much in it.
There's a lot.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is so great in it.
She's fantastic.
She's so great in it. Of course, Michelle Yeoh is just Michelle Yeoh in everything. She's amazing. So great.
Everything bagel.
She is, with butter on it and toasted. Totally. Yeah. Hayden said that Karen Gillan did a lot of Doctor Who stuff.
I think, yeah, that's where she got started, I think, right?
Okay. Is she British or is she American?
I think she is British.
Wow, right? She nails the American accent. I never picked up on that.
Google that real quick. She's my age, and she's Scottish.
Whoa!
Oh,
I did not know that.
Yeah, would not pick that.
You in Gunpowder Milkshake, her accent is impeccable as the hit person. She's so great. That movie is so much fun.
Next, Imaginaut says the Everything Everywhere is being re-released starting this weekend with a new intro and a post-credit blooper reel.
I'll see it if Michelle Yeoh's in any of it.
Yeah. This has been kind of a crazy. I mean, we'll get into the MCU stuff in a bit and all the Comic-Con stuff, but I just want to point something out. This has been kind of a weird year for movies because it seems like the Marvel stuff, not that it's done bad, it's done fantastic, but the buzz for the Marvel stuff has come and gone pretty friggin' quick, and things like Triple R and Everything Everywhere All at Once and films like Top Gun, that's been the stuff that most of the people have been talking about. But I don't know, I just find that interesting.
You said that Top Gun was your favorite movie of the year. Is Triple R now replacing it?
Triple R just squeaked by it, but
okay.
Top Gun's incredible. It's fantastic. I love Top Gun. But there's something about Triple R when you see one of the characters doing the Captain America helicopter stance, only he's holding two ropes, and it's a tiger that he's holding back.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
That was great. That was fucking amazing. Did you see where they saved the little kid?
Oh yeah. I'm way past that. That's when they became brothers. That was unbelievable.
It was fantastic. They see each other from like a mile away, and they both go. And then they knew immediately what they were gonna do.
He's just the cops directing him, and he knows what's going on, and they do it, and it's an awesome action sequence.
It's fucking amazing. God.
Yeah.
Missed this message, by the way, from Next Imaginaut for Lou.
Oh, well, I've seen the Three Colors trilogy, Next Imaginaut.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's also the shared cinematic universe experience of the summer. I don't think MK2 did true justice to them in the restorations, but catching them all theatrically for the first time was still an amazing experience. There you go.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. So
the next day, my wife and I, we tried to do the musical dance that they do later on in it. Did not work out.
The dance off for like 15 minutes.
The dance off is so good, though.
Oh,
dude, it's so much fun.
That choreography, that must have taken. How long could that have taken to coordinate those moves that they did? I mean, they were perfectly in sync. That's like a 10-minute dance number.
It's great. And the thing is, we just keep jumping back into Triple R. And the thing is, the lyrics to the songs help emphasize the story and what's going on. It's not just, oh, we're just dancing for the sake of dancing. No, they add to the character and everything. Oh my God, I love this movie so much.
It pushes the film forward. It's not a stop.
Oh.
It's part of the flow and pushes it forward.
Oh my God, dude.
Nice.
Oh, thank you, Jesse. Say what?
Say what? Good days or even bad days, I always have 100% love for the Omnibros channel. Thank you so much, buddy.
You didn't get to the tiger part, did you? Where like he's driving the truck and then he comes out. Okay, that's later.
I'll tell you where I stopped. The policeman figures out that the guy who at the underground meeting who touched his shoulder. He figured out he has paint in his hands, and so he went to look for him in the market, and the guy's running away.
Okay, I know.
And I stopped right there and then, and that's when I texted you.
My wife just said, you got a long way to go, man.
I know. I have another hour and a half.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
I know. I'm going to finish it tomorrow because I also want to see... Oh wait, She-Hulk's not out yet.
Next.
She-Hulk is next week. Yeah, She-Hulk is next week. We have Paper Girls this Friday, by the way.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, Paper Girls is this Friday.
Let's see. I loved Obi-Wan. I didn't think I was going to, but I loved it, and I thought it was crazily well done.
I loved it, especially the final episode.
Oh, that final episode was... Anybody out there that didn't like it, shut up, man. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan in this freaking brought to your house. I had to wait 3 years after Darth Vader said he was Luke's father, spoiler, to find out what else happened.
Yeah.
I had to see it in theaters, and they're shoving Star Wars and Mandalorian and Boba Fett at you in your TV. This is like the golden age of Star Wars. I don't even care what you thought about the last 3 movies. They are also New Hope. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And Solo, which was okay. But they're just pumping Star Wars quality stuff at you. I know the Star Wars universe fans is the most toxic ever. You
can't please them.
But frick, it's so awesome that this stuff is there. Obi-Wan was so fun, and I all I could think about was the little girl in that was Wonder Woman, because I thought Princess Leia, like little Princess Leia, she really did a good job.
She was great. I loved her.
She was great.
She was really very precocious, and I thought, I wonder what Lou's gonna think of this girl.
She's good. No, she's very good. She
is good.
Leia has always. Here's the thing. I think some people were annoyed by her, but the thing is, Leia has always been a very strong character, even for a character written back then, where you typically wouldn't get too many of them. You had your Ripleys and things like that, but Leia was always very, for lack of a better term, spunky, and they translated that really well to her as a child.
I agree, 100%. I dug her a lot. I also now, have you seen Gunpowder Milkshake?
I haven't.
Oh, I think. Well, I don't like recommending movies. I knew you'd like Everything Everywhere All at Once, but there's a little girl in there that Karen Gillan ends up. She's an assassin, and she ends up having to take care of the little girl. I don't want to say anything more.
Mm-hmm.
But the little girl in that movie, she's really good. She is a sharp little actress.
Yeah.
And that thing's nonstop action. I don't know. I feel like people would look at that movie, even though I really, really loved it. I can see how people would just say, this movie sucks, because people hate everything and love to hate everything. But it was so awesome. I really loved Gunpowder Milkshake.
I'll have to check that out.
Some people are excited that you're back.
The Buzz
Tuning in.
I feel good.
Jess is back, so the rumor that Jess will join Omar's channel permanently wasn't true.
I am going to be on his channel tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, going over Marvel Solicits.
So if you guys are going to tune in, spam the Inhuman stuff. I don't care anymore. Just spam it. And if he gets angry, just tell him I sent you. It's all right.
Oh, no, I'll promote it.
Yeah. Is he breaking out the cheap dad suit tomorrow? The oversized one?
I don't think so.
Amazon is going to drop all the Paper Girl episodes on Friday. How long is that series going to be? Like 10 episodes? 13?
I don't know. I've never even read the comics.
I have to admit, I haven't finished the comic, even though I own all of it. But I do like it. I just never got around to reading the final hardcover. But it's good.
Now, Aku, you're a hater. I don't think Gio should highlight your comments. You've hated everything we've talked about, and even stuff that we didn't talk about. You just hate. So stop hating and start loving. Peace and love. You need to love life. Yeah. Stop hating on it.
Sorry, Aku. I also disagree. We love you. Yeah, you're one of the good ones in the chat.
Do we know?
I mean, Aku's been a faithful watcher for a while.
Okay,
we disagree on a lot of movie stuff, but it's all good, man. Peace and love. You got a comment here from Next Imaginaut.
Oh, kudos on your. Oh, thank you. Like Eric, I'm not even more resolved that they're modernistically some of the most prescient films ever made, which has rendered them all the more relevant and poetically resonant in our present historical moment.
Okay. Nice.
Next Imaginaut, I was thinking of you yesterday when I got a rude comment on one of my videos. I told the guy, just relax, wait.
Oh, you replied back? Oh, I want to hear this.
I did reply back. I said, just relax, you pedantic whisker biscuit.
Oh, I got to tell everybody, since we're talking about that, I got a hateful comment. And the funny thing is, I didn't realize I missed the comment, and it was from 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And it was the most petty, insulting thing I've ever read. Back then, I would have been pissed off and I would have engaged, but I looked at it and I was going to say something, but then I realized it's been 5 years.
5 years.
Nobody cares. I have zero feelings over this comment. So I just there's an option where I can hide the comment, and it also hides the user from my stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Just disappear, buddy. I'm just gonna Thanos you out of my channel.
I pinned my comment. I went full Omar. Omar came up with Whisker Biscuit, which is the greatest term ever. And I pinned that thing because I was so angry at the dude for correcting me on the difference between graphic novels and comics.
Oh.
Dude, I still get comments because on the stuff that I used to do from years ago, and just clearly they don't look at when the publishing date was, because they'll comment saying, clearly you missed out on this run by Nick Spencer and his Spider-Man story because it's one of the best, one of the top 5. I'm like, I published this video about 7 years ago. It was back then.
The best thing is to just let it be, let it exist there. And
not with any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
It used to get under my skin, but I've learned to just whatever.
Lionheart, what's up, buddy? I'm feeling a little better, thank you.
Nice.
I don't know if it's because my wife's back home after vacation or I'm adjusted to my dosage increase and my pain pump.
Nice.
Last week was rough, and actually the past 3 weeks have been rough. But it's a good. Patty was like, now Aku says gunpowder milkshake was a lot of fun. Okay, now you're my best friend, Aku.
It's a love and hate relationship.
Keep going back and forth with this guy, man.
Guzbuzz liked it too.
A lot of fun. There you go. Thank you, Next Imaginaut. I appreciate that. I'm
Zack Snyder fanboy army.
I'm not part of the army, but I am a fan of Snyder as a person, so I appreciate that. Go and spam that Inhuman stuff, because damn it, if what's her face Squirrel Girl can get an omnibus, I don't see why Black Bolt and Medusa have to settle for scraps.
Who's more important to the Marvel universe, Squirrel Girl or Black Bolt and Medusa?
Hey, Black Bolt and Medusa were part of that renaissance from 1961 or whatever the hell it was when they started inventing all the freaking characters in the Marvel boom. They were there with the Fantastic Four run, so they're just as important as the other guys, like Black Panther, Spider-Man, Hulk, whatever. So don't give me that nonsense about freaking Squirrel Girl and her whatever.
Squirrel Girl.
Gio, you saying Squirrel Girl got an omnibus before Inhumans just shoots a painful shot right into my heart. That's just horrible. Like, clearly somebody's fucking up.
Good. I don't know. Just give it a shot. Give it a
All
chance.
right.
They published what's the other Warren Ellis book that nobody bought? Hellstorm.
Oh yeah. Even Warren Ellis wondered.
Were people really asking for a Hellstorm omnibus?
Even Warren Ellis asked why it was published. He did.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's amazing. He's like,
he was like, that was the first work I ever did. Why are they publishing that?
when the writer goes, y'all really putting that out? Okay.
Ooh, Monica Rambeau. No, stop it.
Y'all need to stop bringing up Squirrel Girl beating Thanos, because especially don't ever do that with Gabe on the stream. Gabe takes that very personally.
That's the Thanos stuff.
Yeah, no, the mood changes quick, and it's not a haha. He's joking. Like he's fake angry. No, it changes quick. He gets annoyed by that. Don't bring that
up. What Doc Strange run is that? Larry's library.
While Larry lets us know, let me share real quick. The Eisner stuff from over the weekend, because I think it was overshadowed by everything else. But we did talk about the nominees. Might as well cover the people that won, which I thought was pretty interesting. Let me share my screen real quick.
Am I going to be mad at some of these choices?
You're gonna what? You're not gonna get mad?
Am I going to be mad or annoyed at some of these choices?
I already have the real winner right here.
Larry?
Oh, that's the Doc Strange one.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the full list of winners. Best, I'm just going to read them off real quick. Best short story, Funeral in Foam. Best single issue, Wonder Woman Historia, The Amazons by Kelly Sue and Phil Jimenez.
Kelly Lou.
Best continuing series was a tie between Bitter Root and Something is Killing the Children.
Great choices.
Good choices.
Very good. Yes, very good choices.
Best limited series, The Good Asian.
Okay, that's wrong because this is the winner.
Ooh,
I will raise you Last Ronin.
I have been reading that, and this is still my top choice.
Okay, fair.
nice.
But I get what you're saying because that book is really good.
Best new series, The Nice House on the Lake. Best publication for early readers, Chibi Usagi, Attack of the Heebie-Chibis.
That sounds fun.
Best publication for kids, Salt Magic. Best publication for teens, The Legend of Auntie Po. Best humor publication, Not All Robots by Mark Russell.
I read. Oh yeah, Mark Russell wrote that. That's a great book.
And Mike Deodato Jr. Gotta mention that. Best anthology, You Died, an anthology of the afterlife. Best reality-based work, The Black Panther Party, a graphic history.
Cool.
Best graphic memoir, Run, Book 1. Best graphic album, Monsters by Barry Windsor Smith.
Oh, interesting. Graphic album.
Best graphic album reprint, The Complete American Gods by Neil Gaiman.
I'm surprised. Well, he might not have been up. I'm surprised the Parker collection isn't up there.
I think
Might have.
I think it was released too late.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best adaptation from another medium, George Orwell's 1984, the graphic novel. Best U.S. edition of international material, The Shadow of a Man. This, I'm going to just say it, this is a bullshit win right here. Best U.S. edition of international material, Asia, a.k.a. the Manga Award. Again, a Junji Ito collection. This is the laziest thing they could have done, and it was clear that they were not paying attention. They just said, "Oh, Junji Ito's famous. Let's just give him another award."
You know what? It is getting to the point where it's almost parody, where it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna give it to Ito because we probably haven't read any of the other stuff or care about any of the other stuff that's out there. So I'm sure he's got like 30 of them sitting somewhere in a closet.
Oh, he's won like 3 in a row, I think.
Yeah.
Can you see? Could you see Cleveland Browns 2 comments at 8:40?
Oh, you should.
Come on, Machine Gun Kelly pull an upset. Oh, we're gonna get to that. Don't worry about it.
No.
And then the one above it. That's so funny.
Come on, Steve Orlando, pull an upset.
Machine Gun Kelly. I think that's how the Omnibros chat started this morning.
Yeah.
Was you're telling me? I was like, he was up for an Eisner.
Did he win?
We're gonna get to that in a second.
No.
That's where it's going. To end the rant on the manga stuff, this was a year where Junji Ito was going up against, I think, Spy Family, Chainsaw Man, Kaiju Number 8, really bangers, and they went and pulled this and gave an award on a collection that came out ages ago. I mean, the U.S. market is different, but these stories are really old compared to Kaiju Number 8 and freaking Chainsaw Man that are super popular right now. I was so pissed off by this.
Over Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
I love Spy Family, the anime.
And you know the thing is with Chainsaw Man, it's only gonna blow up even more once that anime drops.
Yeah, the anime drops in like 3 months. It's gonna be insane.
It's gonna be fucking huge. You're gonna see
For what now? Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Once
That's
that
gonna
anime,
be an anime?
dude, once that drops on Adult Swim and on anime streaming services in a few months, it's gonna be fucking everywhere. Chainsaw Man's gonna be huge.
Will it be on Crunchyroll?
Oh, look at that. We got spammers. Yay.
Oh, good. Porn spammers. Hey, peace and love. Oh, boom!
No.
You got. How did they get past your block? Didn't
I
you
don't
just
know.
block them?
We got mods in the chat. They can handle it.
Okay,
Just
mods.
don't click on the comment. Don't be dumb. Don't click on that.
Don't click on that site.
Don't go. We are the best adult site right now, not them. So
Because I'm going to be dating that handsome policeman from
Yeah.
India soon.
Best archival collection project strips Popeye. Best archival collection project comic books EC covers artist edition. Best writer Tiny Onion won for House of Slaughter, Something's Killing the Children, Wind, The Nice House on the Lake, The Joker, Batman, DC Pride, Department. This was really his year because that's a
Wow.
crap ton of books.
That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of work.
I didn't even realize he put out all that work in a year.
That is amazing.
Best writer.
It's all good.
Oh, it's all great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry Windsor Smith for Monsters for Best Writer Artist. Best Penciler Inker or Penciler Inker Team. You got Phil Jimenez on Wonder Woman Historia. He deserved it because that book just looks stunning, in my opinion. Best Painter Multimedia Artist Sana Takeda. Again, she's awesome for Monsters. Best Cover Artist Jen Bartel. Feature State Immortal Wonder Woman. Blah blah blah.
She's awesome.
Best Coloring Matt Wilson for Undiscovered Country, Firepower, Eternals, Thor, Wolverine, Jonah, and the Unpossible Monsters. There you go.
Undiscovered Country is great.
Best Lettering Barry Windsor Smith for Monsters. Best Comics Related Periodical Journalism WomenWriteAboutComics.com. Best Comics Related Book All of the Marvels. Best Academic Work Comics and the Origins of Manga, A Revisionist History. Best Publication Design Marvel Comics Library Spider-Man Volume 1 62 to 64. If memory serves me right, Publication Design Machine Gun Kelly was in this category and fortunately lost.
It was best what? Publication design?
The design of the book. Yeah.
Thank God.
He was up for,
that saved my life that he lost because I could not live in a world where he won anything in the comic book world.
I think it was Hotel or Hell Hotel, something like that. Hotel Hell Key. I don't know. It was something weird.
I'm only here because he lost.
There you go. Best webcomic Lore Olympus. Best digital comic Snow Angels by Jeff Lemire and Jock.
That's a good book. I just read that.
Hall of Fame. You got these people. You can probably read it. I'm not going to go read
Is
all
Riley in there? Or is that? Oh, that's the manga Hall of Fame.
Humanitarian, Promising Newcomers, Bill Finger Excellence, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. Not bad. Great list, except for the manga crap. But
yeah, and they didn't have worst publisher Fantagraphics for the cheap Holiday Inn blow-in card signature on my hate set. F you, Fantagraphics. You deserve the non-Eisner. You deserve the Orlando.
I still remember how pissed off you were when you got that.
Oh, freaking Fantagraphics.
You paid extra for that, too.
Oh, I paid a lot of money because I love Hate. I love P-Bag. Hate was one of my favorite books in the 90s.
Yeah.
I thought, awesome. I just want a signed book plate in this thing. It'll be awesome. It's a freaking Holiday Inn piece of paper this big with P-Bag written on it that I almost threw away with the invoice. It wasn't even in the book. I will never not be pissed about that.
Yeah, I know. If you turn the card around, it says Motel 6 on the other side.
Totally.
Damn, missed what that totally legit X site was. Don't tell me not to click it because now I want to click on it. Well, if you want a million viruses on your computer, then go ahead.
He's a rebel. Hayden's a rebel.
I went to the best adult dating site on Monday. I put it around 7.
I hope you didn't use my avatar when you went to that site.
Next year, Superman 78 should win for the best design with the amazing inside VHS cover. That's true. It looks really cool.
I ordered that book. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean,
Are you gonna order the Simpsons book, the Omnibus?
Already did.
Mm.
I pre-ordered it from Amazon. Somehow it's already in people's hands.
It's deluxe sized, and I canceled the pre-order. But now I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, am I really being FOMO'd by a damn Simpsons comic? Because I kind of want to own it because it looks really cool.
This Treehouse of Horrors, I remember, was really well written with a lot of good writers. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't buy it just because it was glow in the dark, die cut. It's Motel 6 blow-in card. I got it because the stories are really good. I remember really loving Treehouse of Horrors.
I never grew up reading Simpsons comics. Yes, I watched the show, but never read any of that stuff. So I had no idea.
Same.
And I was just basing it off the glow-in-the-dark slipcover. I'm like, yes, check. I'm all up for that. But I'm thinking I should probably pre-order that before it sells out.
I am excited to get it because I didn't grow up reading Simpson comics either. I was in my 50s, so but they were legit funny. They were really well written.
Comic Book Report.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yes. You know what's going on, Comic Butt.
Gio, buy it, but only if Lou buys that Universal Monster set.
Is that the DVD thing?
Yeah,
all the famous monsters.
Yeah, it's funny because we got off the air the other night and I saw they just announced Volume 2. We're getting the Volume 2 set.
So now I also have to buy it because they're making it happen. I wasn't going to buy it if they weren't doing a Volume 2.
But now it's confirmed.
I apologize for asking this, but I don't know if it was a Universal flick. Was Creature from the Black Lagoon? Was Creature? Okay, I'm going to get this right. Just
Rewind
like I'm going to get Joachim right.
You got
Joachim. Was Creature from the Black Lagoon a Universal pick?
Yes.
So will that be on Volume 2?
Supposedly. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. It also, the interesting thing about Creature from the Black Lagoon is it has the first monster design for movies by a woman. I believe that's correct. I think it was a woman that created the design for the Creature from the Black Lagoon. And that was the first one.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, because that movie scared the heck out of me when I was little.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's great stuff.
I mean, I was genuinely scared by that creature.
Yeah.
More than he made me more afraid of the ocean than the shark did in Jaws. I was not going into the ocean for a while as a little kid.
They're all great movies, but the thing is, I can't take the Frankenstein movie seriously anymore because I've seen Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein?
Young Frankenstein.
Yep.
The greatest movie ever, you mean?
One of the best comedies of all time. Yep.
Yeah.
Movies because Young Frankenstein is burned into the back of my head every single time. Every time I see it.
Whenever I'm in Safeway and there's music, this is how weird I am. A couple of times Putting on the Ritz has been on the Muzak above, and then when they get to his part, I go by myself in Safeway. I'm just waiting for somebody else to get it.
I like that song so much, I actually programmed it into my station's music rotation. They don't know it, but it's there. And from
the
time
Frankenstein
to time,
Putting on the Ritz?
Yes, I use it on the weekend.
That's great.
That's so subversive. I love it.
Because we have a block on like Sundays for like 6 hours. It's a mix of everything, but it includes a lot of English tracks on it instead of the Latin stuff. And so I just put everything from the 70s and 80s and 90s. I don't care. I got the go ahead to do it. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I just started adding all that stuff in.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have to see it. I also have a great story about seeing that movie. If you want me to tell it,
go to the Patreon. No, I'm kidding.
Go to the Patreon.
Patreon.com.
Okay, no, Paul, you're right. It's not better than Napoleon Dynamite, but it is one of the greatest comedies ever. It was my second date with my high school girlfriend.
Okay.
And we were going to go see Young Frankenstein. And my sister, God bless her, made edible brownies for me from her crop on her farm 5 miles away from us. So my girlfriend had a bite. This was just our second date. And we've been lifelong friends actually ever since. But I ate a whole one and I'm waiting. We haven't got to the movie yet. And I'm waiting. And I go, nothing's happening. I'm going to have a second one.
Oh, no.
So I drive to the movie, and right when Young Frankenstein starts, it all hits me like a freaking Mack truck, and I am just out of it to so far to the max. I had no idea. I said, you have to drive us home. I can't. I don't. I got to get out of here. She drives my car home. She's sitting with me in my bedroom where I go upstairs and I drink 45 ounces of water because I'm so thirsty, then go straight into my bathroom where she's sitting outside of and just throw it all up for an hour. She goes, I'm going to call my girlfriend to give me a ride home. And I said, I think that's a good idea. But I ended up with a third date.
Hey, so what?
And I saw the movie later because I didn't see it that night.
Do y'all count Abbott and Costello meet? Yeah, of course they are.
Oh, yeah.
They were part of the later half of the Universal Monster series, but they are part of that set. The final one was The Creature Walks Among Us, and that was 1956. Wow. So they're all in there. There are collections that include all that stuff.
I love that Frankenstein is now spoiled for you because of Young Frankenstein.
I can't. The whole thing with the girl drowning in the lake and everything, I'm like, I just laugh every single time now. Where was
That's such a great movie.
But the thing is, my favorite comedy of all time is Blazing Saddles. And
I
have not seen anything, for me, that tops Blazing Saddles. I could put on Blazing Saddles right now and I'd die laughing from beginning to end. It's so fucking great.
I saw that in the theater with my father when it came out.
Oh,
it was like, I think I was 15. So great. I was sort of uncomfortable with my dad being there and all that humor, but he thought it was funny. And of course it was, it's top-notch Mel Brooks. It's him at the peak.
He comes out, and every single time he goes, "Where the white women at?" I start dying. My God, for those of you out there, if you've never seen Blazing Saddles, you really need to. You need to see that. And you were the one. The Big Lebowski is probably in my top 5. I've now seen it probably about 5 or 6 times, and I love it. I love it even more every single time I see it. But yeah, Blazing Saddles is my favorite comedy of all time.
Yeah, no, yeah, Paul, I agree. Napoleon Dynamite, one of my all-time favorite movies. Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, that was peak Mel Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just couldn't even write anything bad at that time.
The Spam is back. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Are we seeing the new Jaws and E.T. IMAX re-releases next month? Well, on last Thursday, I spoke very violently on how much I hate E.T. So,
that's right.
So, no, I will not be watching E.T. That thing can go burn.
For those who don't know, Gio has said famously on this show that he would have shot E.T. in the backyard and walked back inside and went to sleep.
I have no desire to help that freakish monster of a thing that they call Alien. No, if it showed up, I'd be like, no, you keep going, because I ain't gonna help you. I'll call the FBI. I have him here. Grab him, probe him, kill him. I don't know.
I'm not helping you home, pal.
No, sorry, but I do not like E.T. and I don't like the movie either. Jaws, I do like. It's awesome.
Yeah. When I saw Jaws in a drive-in with my brother, and we each had a couple of dates. This was whenever Jaws came out, 1973 or whatever.
I think
and when that head pops in at first, the headless head.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I jumped so hard I hit my head on the ceiling of the car.
Nice.
It was that scared me like amazingly. Wow.
Yeah. So the thing is with Jaws, I watch it every year for 4th of July. I have
What a good movie to watch.
Dude, yeah, I have the 4K of it, and we watched it just a few weeks ago. I'm not going to pay to see this. And I love Jaws. It's a great movie. It's amazing. But I'm not going to pay to go see it in IMAX when I have the 4K and I've got a huge TV here that I could just watch it here in the comfort of my own home, and I won't be annoyed by people.
And you can use the bathroom whenever you want.
Yeah, damn right.
Geo hates E.T. Jess hates dinosaurs. Lou hates Omar.
I do not hate Omar. I don't hate it.
What do you hate? Kelly? Oh, Kelly Sue DeConnick, I guess. Hate's a strong word, though.
It's a strong
word. I'm better. I've gotten better in the recent years.
Yeah, and I actually don't hate dinosaurs. I'm looking forward to that Justice League dinosaur book or whatever it is.
Jurassic League. It is amazing. I highly recommend it.
That looks really fun.
Yeah.
And I like Cadillacs and dinosaurs. That book.
Yes.
I just was never interested in the Jurassic Park movies.
There's a new Capcom game coming out, Exo Primal or whatever it's called, and you're a space mech marine fighting against a horde of velociraptors and T-Rex, and you're just shooting at them. It looks beautiful. I want to play that, even if it sucks.
Sounds cool.
You have my interest.
Who you got? The aliens from Mars Attack? Or I'd rather hang out with the aliens from Mars Attack, even though they're probably going to kill me.
Yeah, they kill you.
Yeah.
That's a fun movie.
That is a funny movie. I don't know that we should highlight cinematic galaxies.
Listen, it's a funny comment, dude, but no.
I appreciate where you're coming from, but
And
as a Latino, I can agree with that sensibility to a certain extent.
I just read it. Sorry. That's no. If it was like midnight after dark,
that's
sure,
a Patreon comment.
Yeah,
because as a Latino, he'd be in a Spitfire too by the end of the day.
Do you remember when TBS used to show movies on the weekends? I do.
What do they do now?
Reality shows, newer movies, and sports stuff. But back then, they would show a lot of cool movies.
I thought that's what TBS used to be, nothing but movies.
Oh, no, they sold out.
No, they have wrestling now. They have a whole bunch of shit that they have now.
What do you guys think of the Jaws sequels? My favorite thing about the Jaws sequels is the one with Michael Caine. Is that the
Number
fourth one?
Yeah.
Where I was almost gonna say dinosaur. The what is it? The shark has a vendetta because they killed his bro. He's seeking revenge. He's sentient.
Yep.
And he's sending telepathic messages to the family of the humans. And he is so petty that he chases them from Maine or whatever the hell they were all the way down to the freaking Bahamas and still knows where to attack. That movie's insane. I love that. Clearly, Michael Caine wanted a check. And
he admits that was a paycheck movie. He fully admits that.
It's so dumb. I love it.
Dude. Yeah, he's got a famous quote. I actually just pulled it up, and they asked him, "Have you seen your Jaws movie?" He said, "I've never seen it, but by all accounts, it's terrible. However, I have seen the house that it built, and it's terrific." People think I'm dead. I'm like, I love it. Oh, bravo, sir.
What a mic drop.
That is fantastic. Yeah, the Jaws sequels are. I have a fondness for the Jaws sequels, and I see them after Jaws 1. I'm like, okay, these are obviously kind of slasher films, so I have a lot of fun with them. And for some reason, my wife has this fascination with animal killing movies where it's like a person versus an animal. She loves them. That's her thing.
She loves the animal killing the person.
Yeah, she loves it. She doesn't really do horror, but she loves like a human versus an animal type movie, and that's her bag. She loves watching The Meg. She loves watching those crocodile movies and stuff like that. That's her bag, 100%.
There's a new one coming out with Idris Elba that they're stuck in safari.
Yep,
and there's like a monster lion or whatever chasing them. That looks really good.
She wants to see it. She's all about it.
Kenny said something. I think Kenny said something about that Superman book written by Mark Russell and drawn by Mike Allred.
There's a new Superman book out today called Superman Space Age, and if you love the Silver Age, Jess, and the Bronze Age, I would get it.
It looks great. I can't wait to get it, but I'm going to wait till it's collected. Yeah. And I did something that I swore I would never do. First of all, I rejoined the Omnibus group to sell some books, and I said I'm not going to get involved in any discussions. I needed to sell books, and that was the fastest way. I didn't want to do it on eBay. I said I'm not going to get in any discussions. Of course, I got into discussions because somebody highlighted that book and said, "This thing, look at this team, look at this subject. This is going to be great." It's priced. It's like a $10 book for 80 pages. It's very expensive. People are having, their comments, and one guy said, "Bad idea, bad writer, bad book." And I said, "This cannot stand." So I went in, and he hasn't responded yet. And I just he hasn't responded yet. And I said, "Bad writer?" And then I listed off like the 8 great books Mark Russell's written, called him the greatest satirist of culture and politics in the past 10 years. And I said,
he's up there.
Please elaborate and use pie charts if possible. Show your work. And I want to see what this guy has to say. Bad writer?
No.
What?
No, Mark Russell's brilliant. Mark Russell, yeah, his Flintstones, Snagglepuss, all of that stuff skewers modern day, and he does it where it's not so in your face. Like it's not
subtle.
Yeah, it's very subtle.
And it's entertaining. It's not boring or anything. It's not preaching at you.
Yeah.
You have fun with it.
He is brilliant. And for that person to say that, I was like, okay, I'm diving in here. I shouldn't, but I'm diving.
Does anyone here like comic books? Rose Gray. We all hate comics here. Damn right we do. But we really love it. So, let's talk about the Marvel stuff, because people went nuts over the weekend with Phase 4, 5, and 6, now called the Multiverse Saga, which is great because we previously had the Infinity Saga. Now it's the Multiverse. And I was not expecting them to just flat out say, Wakanda Forever, that's the finale of Phase 4. I thought it was going to go on for at least another year.
It is the finale for Phase 4?
Yes.
So what was in Phase 4?
Phase 4 had...
It seems like it was short.
No,
it was pretty long. WandaVision.
Okay, wait. Don't do that then. Tell me what started Phase 4.
WandaVision.
Yes. WandaVision.
The TV show?
Yes. And then Falcon, Winter Soldier, whatever.
All the TV shows.
What If, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, Hawkeye. We had Shang-Chi, Eternals, Thor, Black Widow.
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness, Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Yeah.
And now we're ending it with Wakanda. But
so that only feels like 2 years. To me, it felt like Phase 3 lasted a long time. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it was longer because they took a long time. For this stuff, they're just like a factory. They're just pumping it out. And we're still missing it counts for Phase 4, the I Am Groot shorts, which look really cute. I actually want to see that. It's really fun. Supposedly, we still are getting the Halloween special this year.
Yep.
And the Guardians Holiday special as well. So those are also part of Phase 4, I think.
We're getting Wakanda Forever. Next week we get She-Hulk, which I'm really looking forward to She-Hulk. I think it's 9 30-minute episodes. Something is what they said. It's
something like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that they said this was the first comedy thing. I'm like, no. The whole MCU has been a comedy, action comedy since the inception.
Action comedies, yeah.
Which I'm sure Taika Waititi was sitting there going, "What the fuck did I do for the last?"
Exactly.
Yeah. What was Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm looking forward to She-Hulk because it seems like it's Ally McBeal.
I love it. I love that they're incorporating like the fourth wall breaking stuff. That was unexpected. I'm in for that.
I had a question about the Wakanda Forever teaser for Lou.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the teaser. It looks exciting, but they had a cover of No Woman No Cry from Bob Marley, redone by someone I'm sure I don't know, a woman. You are famous for not liking covers of famous songs in Marvel movies. What did you think of that version of No Woman No Cry that played throughout the whole teaser?
I typically hate that stuff where they take a really popular, really cool song and they slow it down and it's a millennial or Jesus, I'm throwing my people under the bus.
My people.
It's and they slow it down and they make it so moody and depressing. The itsy bitsy spider. And this does fucking nothing for me. It's just annoying. I can see what you're trying to do. You're trying to emotionally manipulate me to connect with the scene. That said, this fucking worked.
Okay.
This fucking worked on me. It usually doesn't, but god damn it, this fucking worked on me.
Yeah.
This trailer. Oh my god. I'm gonna sound. I'm really am gonna sound hyperbolic. I think is the correct term that I'm gonna use. I think this is the best trailer they've ever cut. For a lot. It's a lot of trailers, but for me, I think this is the best trailer they've ever cut. Man, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of emotion here, where they flat out address that yes, T'Challa is gone. We are moving on, and unfortunately, that's the case. And in a way, it's kind of. The music ties into the trailer really well because it's telling the audience and it's feeding into the story of A Woman Don't Cry No More. And this film, the cast seems predominantly women.
Yeah.
When you look at the cast, it's a lot of women. They had most of them up on stage for the Marvel panel, and it was almost all women that were on the cast. So Woman No Cry No More, it's kind of saying, or maybe I'm reading into this too much, but it's kind of like saying, hey, it's okay. We don't, we've mourned. We're going to mourn throughout this film. We're not going to cry anymore after this is done. And then it leads into Kendrick Lamar's version of All Right, which is basically saying everything's going to be fine. We're going to be all right. This is going to be okay. And we're going to honor his legacy throughout the next 2 hours or however long the film is going to be. And I'm going to be crying like a bitch through a lot of this movie. I can already tell you.
Well, I said in the chat that the whole world is heartbroken over the loss of Chadwick Boseman, and they in the teaser they appeared to be fully honoring him, and Angela Bassett just is fierce when she's screaming about losing her family and she has nothing left to give, or what more do you want of me, or whatever her words were. She is so fierce, and she's fierce in Gunpowder Milkshake, just saying.
Yeah, all she has left in character in the universe is Shuri. She lost her husband in the Civil War movie, and now T'Challa in universe as well.
Right. Letitia Wright keep talking about being anti-vax and all the stuff that went on behind the scene. She might not have much of a family left at the end of this movie.
I like that she stated there were many hardships, but we got through it together. And then somebody was like, "Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you were part of those hardships too."
Yeah, because a lot of the problems that went on were because of her behind the scenes. Yeah. So, this did it for me. I still think it's a mistake for them to not recast T'Challa at this point. I really think he's such a pivotal character and so huge. But I can't wait to see this. This looks so good. And Namor taking the Aztec look and incorporating it into Atlanteans, which I think it's come out that they're not going to be referred to as Atlanteans. I'm pretty sure the reason for that is because they want to distance themselves against the other fish guy that has a movie coming out pretty soon as well.
The better king.
So they're probably sitting there going, "Yeah, we're gonna distance ourselves from the other guy." So,
Unfortunately, Aquaman took the spotlight as the famous King of Atlantis thing, not just in movies, but like comics and everything. So that's what they're doing. Yeah,
well, he looks great. I'm jonesing for this, man. I Black Adam still might be the one I'm most anticipated for, but goddamn, this trailer, for me again, this is I don't need to see anything else. I'm good. I can just wait the whole thing out till November, and I'm good. This is the best trailer I think they've ever cut.
I think because Larry's saying he doesn't like that Namor's not Atlantean. I think he might still be from Atlantis. I think they're just shifting it to maybe the Gulf of Mexico area to coincide with Mesoamerica and all that stuff.
Yeah,
because I think they mentioned Atlantis stuff on the leaks and like merchandise and all that stuff that came out recently. Yeah. I don't know. I have to double check on that.
And this is huge.
Cool.
People forget the first one was a cultural phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you would go to movie theaters and people were wearing traditional African garb. I would be at work. I worked at a school, and kids were wearing Black Panther t-shirts. Some kids were wearing traditional African garb after that movie came out. So it was huge, and this one will probably be just as big. And on top of that, you've got the Aztec element incorporating into it. So there's going to be a lot of Mexican and brown pride incorporated in this movie as well. I can't wait. I honestly can't wait.
And it's got 95% strong women in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So
I'm not watching anything but that teaser. I don't want to see any other previews where a week before the movie comes out, Marvel drops a 4-minute thing that spoils everything in the movie, like they always do.
Then they revealed Phase 5.
Yep.
With this image that was all over the internet. You got almost the full lineup. You got Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania, which starts next February, so just a couple months from now. And that is going to introduce a key figure to the Multiverse Saga, which is Kang. I mean, technically we saw a variant in Loki, but the proper Kang, we're going to meet him in Quantumania. We're getting Secret Invasion, which is I said it since day one, since they announced these things. My most hyped Disney Plus show is Secret Invasion. I love that storyline, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. We're getting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with Adam Warlock and the friggin' what's his name? The one that the space doctor. What's his name?
Dr. Spachi Man? Dr. Space Man?
The purple guy that experiments on people.
High Evolutionary.
What's his name?
High Evolutionary?
The High Evolutionary.
Oh.
Thank you. So that kind of gives me hope again for the Inhumans because he's tied into that. We'll see. Probably not. Echo is coming out in the summer, spinning off from Hawkeye, and it's going to tie in with Daredevil. We're getting Loki season 2. We're getting the Marvels. So if you saw Ms.
Tell me
Marvel,
about that. I know that Ms. Marvel's appearing in that next. What is the? Do we know what the Marvels is about?
No plot summary or synopsis yet.
Okay.
All we know, it's going to star Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau.
Oh.
Yeah, all three.
I like that already.
Yeah.
I loved Ms. Marvel. Loved Ms. Marvel. God, that was so good.
I love Miss Marvel. I love Monica Rambeau, so I'll be watching it for them.
And I love Brie Larson, so I'm going to be watching it for her.
Yeah.
So it's going to be called The Marvels. Then we got Blade, which is great.
I forget who's playing Blade. Is it Mahershala Ali?
Yes.
Mahershala Ali. Yeah.
There you go.
God, he's so good.
Yep.
Which I think Kevin Feige said it was Mahershala Ali that called. I think that's what I read. That he called Kevin Feige in Marvel Studios and said, "I want to be a superhero." And Kevin Feige said, Okay, yeah. What do you want to be, man?
Wow, that's amazing. An actor of that caliber calling Kevin Feige and wanting in. That guy is dignity personified. I love that guy.
Yeah. So after Blade, we got Ironheart, but we're gonna meet Ironheart in the Wakanda Forever movie, and then she gets her own show. We're getting Agatha, which I'm not a fan of, but whatever.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. Yeah,
I don't know.
This one.
Stop! It's gonna be great.
We knew what's gonna. We knew what was gonna happen. We're getting Daredevil: Born Again, the TV show.
18 episodes. 18 episodes.
I can't see what the timeline is there for Daredevil. Can you?
Spring 2024.
Okay, I still might be alive. Okay. I don't want this thing to go to phase 8, and I'm in my 70s.
Jesus Christ! I'll have a 2-year-old. I'll have almost a 2-year-old at that point.
Yeah, I don't want. These phases have to stop, or I'm gonna miss stuff. I don't want to miss anything.
Daredevil: Born Again, like Lou said, 18 episodes, the longest running Disney Plus show so far.
Nice.
Charlie Cox is back. D'Onofrio again with Kingpin. That's going to be great. And then Captain America: New World Order. And it's not here because I didn't find the proper image, but the final one is Thunderbolts after Captain America.
Yeah. And that what is that? Captain America's 2024?
May 2024. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'll still be here. I have a good feeling.
You better.
2 years from now? Yeah, I got 2 more years of me.
Oh, I got another picture here. Hold on. This one's
2 years I'm on Medicare, so I gotta be here.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Thunderbolts is the final Phase 5 project. And I think it's going to be interesting because this phase has a lot of potential for a darker tone. Because Kang's in it. The Guardians movie is said to be a lot more dramatic. Echo is a grittier street level story. You got Blade with the occult. Daredevil's going to be super dark, or not super dark, because whatever. I don't know.
That show was dark.
Thunderbolts, Captain America. I'm pretty sure with New World Order, we're probably going to see something like the Serpent Society. I don't know.
And that's with Anthony Mackie as Captain America?
Yes. Yep.
I'm fully on board for that.
And then the other reveal is that the finale for the Multiverse Saga, we already have 3 movies lined up. Fantastic Four, November 2024. May, we're getting Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and back-to-back in November of 2025, we're getting Avengers: Secret Wars to wrap up the Multiverse Saga.
So there's a huge empty space there.
That big yellow dot?
Yeah, I think we still have D23 later this year, and I don't think they dropped all their announcements that they have for the year. I think we're going to fill in some of those spaces because we know they're actively working on Deadpool 3. We know that. They've already started writing the scripts. They have a director. Ryan Reynolds is back. So this is going to fall somewhere in this block. And Reynolds isn't getting any younger, so they need to kind of keep it going.
And there's a question: why no X-Men or series? I think the whole thing is that we're slowly getting that introduction, the mutants into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm almost certain that Phase 7 will start the mutant saga or whatever, and it'll be a trilogy saga of just nonstop X-Men stuff. That's my big hunch.
Lionheart, you thought I was playing Blade at 9/22? I would play Blade if they could get Tracy Lords to come back in the movie.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
I agree with you. I think Phase 7 through 9 is going to be the mutant saga, and we're going to get a shit ton of mutant movies and TV shows and a whole bunch of stuff that only Omar will care about. 90%.
So here in Phase 6, there's a lot I mean, we're probably going to see a Doctor Strange movie. That needs to happen because of the incursions. Spoilers.
Oh, and the incursions are happening during Secret Wars, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we might see something Spider-Man related in here. Let's see what else. Somebody was asking the other day on Reddit about White Vision. I think I would like to see him pop up in something like Thunderbolts. I could see him there.
I forgot about White Vision.
I did too.
I also forgot about Eternals, where you have a literal god that is popping out of the planet Earth, and
nobody's saying anything.
Has mentioned that shit yet.
Yep.
It has probably caused flooding, has probably thrown off Earth's gravitational pull. It's just going,
yeah.
Nobody's brought it up.
The Kang Dynasty will be interesting.
Yeah.
And Secret Wars, I'm pretty sure it's going to introduce. I think we're going to get a major cameo, a major X-Men cameo in Secret Wars, just like the original stories. That's my hunch.
Quentin Quire.
Interesting.
Quentin Quire, please.
I'm sure.
Quire. I know nobody will give a shit, but please just give me Quentin Quire.
Also, what if Spider-Man gets his black suit in Secret Wars, like the original Secret War?
Oh,
that'd be fun. There's a lot that they can do. We'll see. Too many empty spaces.
I will pop so hard in the theater if there is a mutant that shows up with pink hair and like a leather jacket. I'm like, holy fuck, it's Quentin Quire, and everybody is gonna look at me like I'm the biggest fucking idiot.
Nova, we need a Nova movie that is being worked on, but they haven't confirmed anything yet. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna see that here in Phase 6.
Yeah,
no doubt.
I don't know what made me think of this, but I just read an article about how her appearance as Emma Frost almost ruined January Jones' career.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I should find it again and send it to you guys. That was like the title of it. How January Jones' career got derailed by her not her performance, but how her character was written.
Yeah.
In the I forget what X-Men movie it was now. Was it First Class?
First Class, yes.
Yeah.
The only thing missing that was previously announced, but they did mention that they are still working on it, is Armor Wars, which will probably fit in Phase 6.
I am unfamiliar with Armor Wars.
Based on the famous Iron Man story that everybody loves, this one instead will follow War Machine. But War Machine will make his grand re-entry into the MCU in Secret Invasion. He's going to star with Samuel L. Jackson and gang.
Wait, I forget, who was War Machine?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. They're going to be fighting Skrulls in the Secret Invasion.
Can I be transparent? I don't care about War Machine.
Me neither.
I have
He's
no
a great action figure, though. I'll tell you that.
I have no interest in a War Machine series and it's nothing against Don Cheadle. It's just they've literally given him almost nothing to work with.
Yeah.
In the last 10, 12 years.
That's why. I have no attachment to that character at all.
That whole phase right there is exciting to me. Even though you guys don't like Agatha. What's it say under Agatha?
Coven of Chaos.
Oh yeah, I'm all about Agatha.
I'll watch it. I'm excited for it because it's magic stuff. But
yeah,
it's not like something like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with Adam Warlock.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. I get it.
There's going to be tears for that one because that's the end of this team. They've said that it's done after this. This team is done.
Oh, wouldn't it be great if the Scarlet Witch showed up in it and killed them all at the end?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He takes
where's Scarlet Witch in all this? I don't see any Wanda in this. I'm not waiting until Agatha to see Elizabeth Olsen again. This is wrong.
And all signs point to I think Drax is going to be the one that dies in this movie.
Oh, what are you saying that for?
I can see that.
Yeah.
So people are people that aren't as obsessed with this stuff like we are on the internet. They're complaining that the Marvel stuff doesn't have a clear path. But yet here we are with a clear path, and it's going to lead into a freaking multiverse war. That was the whole setup, thanks to the Loki show. If you watch the Loki show, literally the first 3 phases of the MCU all took place in a circular enclosed time loop, and now the multiverse is open. So we're getting a huge exposition dump on everything and all these new heroes for then to Secret Wars happen, and everybody's going to come back to probably fight, I don't know, Doom? God Doom?
This is why I don't go on the internet. Look at all this great stuff that's coming up, and people have something to complain about.
And
look at that. You can throw a dart and hit a great thing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Do you guys want to go back to Daredevil with Ben Affleck? Because that's what we had before growing up. I'd go even further back. Do you want to go back to the Hulk being in court with Daredevil in the Hulk TV series in the 80s?
Yeah, you want to go back to Batman 66? That's what I grew up on. So I didn't even know it was a satire, campy comedy until I watched it in reruns when I was 13.
We are...
Come on.
Dude, 20 years ago, when I was a kid, I couldn't fathom this. It's... Say what you will about the last phase and, you know, some of the stuff that's come out with the visual effects teams and stuff like that, but I couldn't fathom all this stuff to be on films. And not only that it's good. That it doesn't suck. Because for years, it was garbage. We had stuff that was horrible. And we've had a lot of great, amazing stuff in the last 10, 12, however long this thing has been going on. 15
2008.
Years. Yeah. So it's amazing. To me, this is amazing.
Feige did say in 2020 that Loki and Doctor Strange 2 were the most important things in Phase 4.
Oh, interesting. Yep. Wait, Phase 4. Oh, that's what we're in right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to end.
Real funny, real quick. I hope we get a great Galactus one day. Back in the 7th grade, I told a friend of mine, man, wouldn't it be awesome if one day they can put all these characters in a movie and like they end up fighting Galactus? And at the time, what I was saying was pretty silly because we wouldn't know. But now, after we've seen so many of these properties in live action, we're probably going to get a Galactus thing one day and all the Marvel heroes fighting against Galactus. So it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, fuck, we're getting a She-Hulk series.
I know.
It's a TV series of She-Hulk.
Yep.
Something I
with
thought
the Hulk in it.
Yes, something I thought we would never see, and it looks fun.
It does, yeah. It looks really fun.
Yeah. I mean, man,
You know what was action for me growing up? Charlie's Angels, okay? Yep. So look at what you have in front of you and don't complain.
Same. I kind of want... I miss Savage Hulk. I'm kind of done with the Professor Hulk stuff.
I will agree with you on that. I do agree.
Yeah. Bring back Cloud Galactus.
Said nobody.
No.
He follows that up with said nobody. Cloud Galactus. Hayden, you shut your mouth. Shut your dirty mouth, Hayden.
Love it. On behalf of all Gen X, you are welcome.
What does that mean?
Generation X, before the Millennials.
Oh, he's saying they had something to do with it?
On behalf of all of Gen X, you're welcome. I'm not going to disagree. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a younger millennial.
Dude, I honestly, what I'm looking forward to is being able to sit down in a few years with my daughter and being able to marathoning some of this stuff and just watching her eyes light up as she watches some of this stuff.
By that time, you'll have 45 movies to marathon.
I know. And it's going to be amazing.
And TV shows.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're Gen X, Larry? I'm on the tail end of the boomers.
Sadly, people sometimes are stuck in the past. Superiors have to move on, have to evolve, and they have for films and TV shows. Yes, golden age.
We're living in the golden age of live action superheroes.
Yeah.
Well said, Kenneth.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Here's a question for you guys. And we still have our top 10 list to get through.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they reboot after Secret Wars? Because that is kind of what happened. If they're doing Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, which I'm assuming that is what they're going to do they reboot after they hit Secret Wars and kind of bring back some characters like Captain America and Iron Man, but recast?
They're going to reboot and bring all the Inhumans, and they're going to lead the mutant era.
As long as A-Force gets a TV show, then I'm all in if that happens.
Once in a while, a Morbius shows up, and we realize how bad it can get.
Well, that's a good point.
That's so we remember. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good point.
That was my Vietnam.
When Galactus makes an appearance, Gabe's comics are going to go up in value. That's true. Did we talk about Daredevil being in She-Hulk? That is great. It didn't surprise me because technically we saw Matt Murdock in Spider-Man, so I'm like, yay, more Matt. Cool.
I could watch Charlie Cox all day, every day.
He's
Who
great.
would you like to see be the villain in a Fantastic Four movie? Mole Man.
El Diablo.
Captain Forbush.
Anybody but Doctor Doom. I love Doctor Doom. He's one of the best villains, but don't start with that, please.
Fucking Red Ghost. Give me the
Red Ghost. That's a good call.
Yeah, don't bullshit me though and give me they changed his power set. No, I want Red Ghost, communist Red Ghost with the super monkeys attacking the Fantastic Four. Don't give me any of this other crap. Straight up, just give me that.
I want to see that happen.
I forgot about that.
I love Red Ghost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I want to see Mole Man because he's that classic Marvel villain, even though he's
Mole Man from The Simpsons.
Mole Man with the
Mole Man in the morning
and the giant thingamajigs. I don't know, but don't do Doctor Doom. Come on.
They're going to. They have to do Doom.
I mean,
only if they cast the Indian policeman as Doctor Doom. And he reveals his face, and Sue falls in love with him.
I will take that casting. He can have his face covered up, but you got to show the abs.
Look at that.
Oh boy, he is. Both of them are ripped to shreds.
Fucking yes, Red Ghost.
Look at that. He says, "Cower, fools, cower before the might of the Red Ghost and his super apes." It's pretty badass. So yeah, that's what's happening with Marvel. All good. We're gonna love it, and you guys are gonna love it.
Okay. I will say the thing I'm most excited about then is the Marvels, because it has all the Ms. Marvel and the Captain Marvels. I'm excited about that the most.
I am 2/3 excited about that.
I accept your 2/3.
Thank you. Let's talk about the DC panel. They didn't have anything. All right, Gio, let's get to our top.
I was so upset. One, no Man of Steel stuff, which pissed me the hell off. Two, I'm already sold on both Shazam and Black Adam. I don't need to see more of that. And three, your billion-dollar franchise movie, which is Aquaman, still no trailer.
Nothing.
But this Friday, Legion of Super Pets gets released.
That's true. And it has great reviews. I think it has like an 84%.
Does it really?
I am watching that. Is that in theaters or on HBO Max?
Theaters and then HBO Max.
I am seeing that in theaters. Any movie with crypto is okay with me.
That trailer did nothing for me. I watched that trailer going, this looks terrible. Apparently I was wrong. So I would be happy to see that now.
It currently has a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It has 100% from me.
That's what
I was waiting with bated breath this past week.
Thank you for joining, Larry. Right?
Peace and love.
Like a star-crossed lover waiting for a man to come home from the military thinking Henry Cavill's going to show up at the DC panel and is going to stand in front of the Rock and just blow the roof down. And I got blue balls.
Right.
I don't know what they're doing there with that character.
How do you not have
frustrating?
How do you not have Superman? You have the DC universe without Superman. How? That's your titular character. That is your guy that you have to get right. And on top of that, you've already got the fucking formula down because you've got 2 seasons of a great Superman on TV right now.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, you can't get it right on a movie in the movies. And Cavill wants to come back to do this. Why can't they make it work? That's what I'm wondering.
WB sucks. Sorry, not to say.
What movie?
WB.
What movie, Sam?
Warner Brothers. They suck.
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't know.
I'm this close to just being out. I don't care.
No, man. I don't get it. And I love they showed the Shazam trailer, and I love for the split second you get flashes back, and you're like, oh, they're not going to show Ezra Miller. They cut quick from him.
I had to explain to my daughter. She's the one that keeps up on all the current events and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is not I'm not saying this as a discussion piece. I'm not interested in comments or thoughts from the chat. I was interested in my daughter's thoughts on the Amber Heard trial.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody else thinks. I wondered what my daughter thought since she has been the victim of domestic abuse. I just wondered what her thoughts were. Mm-hmm. And she told me, don't anybody mention in the chat. It's not your business. Shut up.
Yes, sir.
But then she didn't know who Ezra Miller was. And that was like a 15-minute education. And she was like, what is going on with this person? And then I explained the pickle that Warner Brothers was in with the movie completely shot and the star off his nut. And she was like, what is happening here? What are they going to do?
Yeah. And the Batgirl movie is delayed because of that. Because the Batgirl movie takes place after The Flash.
Oh, that's why it's delayed?
Yes, because Michael Keaton is also reprising the Batman role in Batgirl. So you need Flash.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Keaton is popping up in a bunch of stuff as Bruce Wayne after the Flash movie, which this whole thing with Ezra Miller has fucked up so many plans for Warner Brothers right now.
What happens if... Okay, this is dark, but I'm saying this is probably the only way out. I think Ezra Miller has to go down in a shootout for them to put the movie out.
Oh no, it's coming out. I mean, the movie's coming out. They put way too much money into it. They're not going to reshoot it. I've said this before on the show. I think they're just going to put it out. They're going to focus the marketing on, hey, Keaton is back as Batman, and just go from there. And they'll recast the Flash or whatever it is, or Poochie him. They'll Poochie Ezra. They're going to Poochie Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller died on his way back from the Flash, from the Speed Force.
Poochie, what a great reference.
You know,
he doesn't get busy; he gets busy.
You know, they'll do the exact same thing where you just see the frame and it's just him flying off into the Speed Force or something like that, and then it's 2 hours of Michael Keaton as Batman.
Oh, well. Okay.
So that's what's happening. So right now, DC has Black Adam, Shazam, Flash, Aquaman, Batgirl, Blue Beetle, and that's about it.
Yeah, I will say Shazam. The second one looks fun.
It does look fun. And Black Adam with the Justice Society looks awesome to me.
And credit to The Rock, he showed up on stage in full Black Adam outfit. And they set it up so where he's coming down and you see the lightning coming out of his hands and stuff like that on stage. It was pretty cool. I'll give him that.
He freaking lit up everybody's freaking lanyard. I thought that was the coolest thing. If I would have been there, I would have been flipping out. That was such a stupid thing, but really cool. Like, nobody thought the lanyard was LED activated or something.
I would have been freaking out because it's The Rock, and I would have been...
yeah, for sure.
Do you have a man crush on The Rock like I do on the Indian police detective?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
The Rock is an awesome dude.
Okay. Fair.
So that's what's happening. What about the Marvel stuff before we wrap up that you wanted to talk about?
You need a little context for it first, right?
So somebody, I don't know who it was, sorry, made a top runs for Marvel Comics, and they posted that on Twitter, I think it was.
TikTok.
It was on TikTok? Okay.
I think that's where we saw his face. That we
I saw most of the comments on Twitter, so it might have been a repost.
Okay.
Wait a minute. The Rock changed outfits quicker than a drag queen doing a wig reveal at Pride.
That's good. That's good.
So it got us thinking, not The Rock, but it got us thinking, what would be our picks for the top Marvel comic book runs of all time? Top 10, you guys decided?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a pretty animated discussion in the chat because it just got put up. The person's I don't know if it was 100 or 50, maybe it was the 50 best.
Do you want me to look it up?
No, don't show that guy's face. I want to.
No. Got it.
We don't need problems. Yeah, we really don't need issues.
It was his top list, and then there was a Reddit list, and there were feelings about it. People got hot in the Omnibros chat about some of these books. Again, I always think it's just one person's opinion, and I'm always putting out top 10, my top 10 this, my top 10 that, and I always say they're my favorites. I'm never going to say anything's the best because, except for Irredeemable, which is the best comic ever, and I will accept nothing other than that. But it is somebody's opinion. But man, people were very unhappy with where the choices were, specifically because it ignored a lot of Bronze Age, pre-year 2000 stuff, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, unfortunately, I'm going to be that guy for this segment because I started reading. I read Marvel back as a teenager and stuff, but collected editions and stuff, I didn't start till 2008. So as much as I love Spider-Man, Silver Age, Bronze Age, I love it, and Fantastic Four, everything else, my top stuff is going to be similar to that guy's stuff because I've only been reading Marvel consistently for like 14 years. So while you guys may have more historic stuff that was great, I'm going to be that guy that has the more recent stuff.
There you go.
Okay.
What did you guys pick for your top 10?
You put yours in order, Lou?
Yeah, I was able to come up with an order.
I just wrote mine down really fast.
Like super fast, like Riley Notepad fast?
Yeah, like 1 through 5 are all Harley Quinn.
Gotcha.
How about this? I do one, you do one, real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
They may be in the same order. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll start off with number 10 for me. I'm starting off with Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. For me, that is the best X-Men run I think I've ever read. He gets every single character right. It's great. Goes across different dimensions. It's huge in scale. And it's a fuck ton of fun from beginning to end. And it doesn't let up.
That's also on my list. And it's not in any particular order. So I'll just say I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the 5 Omnis that Third Eye Comics loaded me up with and said, here's Marvel, learn it. The only thing, I agree with you on everything 100%. The art is great. The characters, that's one of the best Deadpools ever. The concept is amazing that they're the sanctioning force.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a good first X-Men book unless you know who Apocalypse is.
Phantom X as well could be very weird because his power set is interesting, and I don't think somebody jumping into this could go, what the fuck does Phantom X do?
I didn't have a problem with him as much as I was like, until now, of course, I know who Apocalypse is and everything about him. But jumping into that, I think if you're going to read Uncanny X-Force, you need to read or wiki Apocalypse, because that's a major part of the beginning of the story. So otherwise, I 100% agree with you. It's awesome.
Yeah, that has one of the most shocking endings to a first arc I've ever read. I'm like, oh, we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I crossed it off my list. What do you think, Gio?
I agree. Also, it gave us a properly written Deadpool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a fan of his kooky, zany stuff, but here he was written really well.
He balances them well. He nails the comedy. He nails the serious moments. And I think a lot of writers, the issue is with Deadpool, they just write for yucks. And 90% of the time is just, it doesn't land. I think Gary Dugan's another writer where he balances out the comedy, but he's also able to kind of throw in a few little emotional jabs into his run as well for Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me, Punisher Max by Garth Ennis.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a good book.
Yeah. For me, it's the best Punisher story that's ever been told. Slavers is one of the most heartbreaking, but brilliant pieces of comics that I think I've ever had the privilege of reading.
I think that was the most realistically written Punisher that you could get. I mean, as far as the brutality of the world goes,
yes,
and what the Punisher's really wants to do about it.
Yeah.
And it was, that's not on my list, but I agree 100%.
And for those of you out there, Slavers is not an easy read.
No.
It deals with human trafficking, the consequences of it, and Ennis does not shy away from it at all. And the ending is, I needed to put it down. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the rest of the day.
T-Lar Blunt is in the chat.
What's up, man?
Cultured discussions. That's what's happening here.
Where is my J. Jonah Jameson figure that you hid, Tyler?
Oh.
And did you mess with my albums? I'm still looking for that comic J. Jonah Jameson that he hid. I know he hid it while he was here.
You're still reeling from the aftermath of...
I haven't cleaned up my basement yet. It's still full of open boxes, figures posed all over the place, dioramas built, figures posed on there.
You know, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're still looking for the Cookie Crisp werewolf or whatever.
I have a clip here from that show that James sent me for the cereal. You mind if I play it?
Oh, please do.
Hold on.
So you lesser?
Oh, and so you get free cereal? I want to get pregnant.
Yeah.
That's good. What a good bonus.
We'll talk about that after the stream.
Okay, good.
We'll figure something out.
Figure out for me.
I'm so glad you kept that. God bless you, Gio. That needs to be on rotation.
Please show that again. That is hilarious.
Oh, my God.
James sent that to you?
Yeah, he clipped it.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Let me play it again.
Please do.
Sony lesser.
Oh, and so you get free cereal? I want to get pregnant.
Yeah.
That's good. What a good bonus.
We'll talk about that after the stream.
Okay, good.
We'll figure something out.
Figure out for me. I don't even remember that.
Oh my God. That was one of the funnest fucking shows I've ever done with you guys. It was so much fun.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
And it was so impromptu, spur of the moment.
Yeah.
We just took over the show.
You guys, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, I don't know how this is going to go. Because Tyler's very high energy. I'm not feeling it tonight. Oh my God, that was so much fun.
Just exploded. Yeah.
That's sometimes when you get the best shows, when you're not expecting it, I think. Yeah. We just talked about cereal.
For a full hour. I love that. And nobody complained, which makes it greater.
Yeah. Let's see. I will choose the book that got me into X-Men. That is New X-Men by Grant Morrison. That was the first book I read from the stack of Omnis that Third Eye gave me. It's where I developed my crush on Emma Frost. For the most part, I love the art in it, especially the Frank Quitely art. It was something I'd never seen before. X-Men before that seemed impenetrable to me, and this thing made it easy to understand, exciting, easy to understand, exciting. It flowed really well. It was organically exciting and interesting, and I felt like it was really an intelligent version. And I'm not saying that other X-Men aren't intelligent, but it wasn't just fights and stuff. It was a lot of character development I ended up really caring about a lot of the characters. Yes, especially Emma Frost, but that's my problem. So I love that book. I can reread that book. I've read it probably 4 times. I can reread it at any time. I understand the disappointment at the end with the reveal.
Yes.
I've heard that it was editorially mandated or something, that it got forced on them.
I've heard the same thing too.
That did take away from it a little bit, but as a whole, I loved it.
Yes, I agree. That's such a great run, and it's understandable, Morrison.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, it's understandable, Morrison.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chicano. I appreciate it. Thank you.
For number 8, I'm putting this up there. It's a throwback, Walter Simonson's Thor run.
Oh.
One of the quintessential runs from back in the day, probably one of the most important, if not the most important, Thor runs of all time. The introduction of Beta Ray Bill. He expands the cosmic side of the Thor stuff so much more into amazing heights. The art is great for its time. It still holds up. And not only that, I love what he does with the Frost Giants, with the Loki, with Laffy. It's just a fun run all the way through. If you're looking for something Thor related, I always point people to the Jason Aaron stuff. But after you finish the Jason Aaron stuff, I really think you owe it to yourself to kind of check out the J. Michael Straczynski stuff. I think that the thing is with Walter Simonson is that he kind of uses a little bit of the Shakespearean speak, so that could get a little bit and throw some people off. Get through the J. Michael Straczynski stuff, then I say try the Walter Simonson stuff because it's all gold.
I'm going to stick with my X-Men trilogy. The next one is Astonishing X-Men. I read New X-Men, Astonishing, and then Uncanny, and I was hooked on X-Men. I thought Astonishing was just a ton of fun. Excuse me. I don't know what the reaction was like when it came out, or if it was considered groundbreaking or not. Because I'm late to the party, but it was written so well that after I got hooked by Morrison, it's like Joss Whedon just cemented me into X-Men with this follow-up. And they came one right after the other, or am I right that they came one right after the other, or were they pretty close?
They were pretty close. I think there was a few things in between, but nothing too serious.
Okay.
Those runs happen.
Yeah. So that to me, those were the 3 books that got me into the X-Men, and made X-Men understandable for me. And that's kind of after I got rid of all the 90s stuff. Where is all that? Oh, it's down there by X-Men. That's really where my X-Men run starts now. Well, there's Uncanny, and then X-Men and Inferno, and I kept Age of Apocalypse. But the majority of it starts with New X-Men and Astonishing, and then goes on from there. So that was my 7th choice? Yeah.
Yeah. Good choice. Very good choice. Good stuff. For my next choice, I am going to pick, I think, arguably one of the books that saved Marvel back in the early 2000s, Bendis's Daredevil run.
Mm.
Brian Michael Bendis was a young hotshot. He was coming off of the indie scene. He had a few books under his belt, and Joe Quesada teamed him up with Alex Maleev and told him, "Yeah, I want you to write Daredevil and make it a hard-boiled crime story." And fuck me, man, it is a hell of a story. Jess, you read that? I think it was probably 2 years ago. You read it pretty recently.
I think I read it earlier this year, and I did a Daredevil run where I read Bendis, Brubaker, and then Wade, all back in the February-ish.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
And the thing is with Bendis is that he gets the word balloons like crazy. He does like 18 different word balloons on a page. But for some reason with this particular run, I don't mind it because it flows really well. And the stories just go from one page to another, and it keeps you hooked all the way through with him revealing the identity and dealing with the it's such a fun read all the way through. Honestly, can't praise it enough. Yeah, I love that story.
Well, that's on my list too, so I'll scratch that off and say that I totally agree with you. That changed Frank Miller, of course, changed Daredevil for me.
Yeah,
but the grittiness and the real, it seemed real. Like, what if this really happened? And Daredevil went through all these things, and Tyler, and I all agree, and so does Mark Waid. When we talked to Mark Waid, the Daredevil has been the most shit upon hero in all of comics, like relentlessly, starting with Frank Miller. And people say Mark Waid's run is light. It's really not. I mean, it's got light art and, hey, there's Red Batman and stuff like that, but there's a lot of stuff that happens bad to Daredevil in the Mark Waid run. As much as I love it, I agree with you on Bendis. That's the one that really, really got me back into Daredevil, just really digging him, and how he handled and bounced back from everything heaped on him.
Yeah. The thing is with the Bendis run is that it's drawn beautifully by Chris Samney, and it's colored beautifully as well. And it's a lot of bright colors, and it looks amazing. But there's a bit of an undercurrent of sadness to it because it's Matt Murdock not accepting necessarily that he has depression and he has issues.
Right.
And he keeps fighting it by putting on a brave face and like, hey, I'm happy, I'm doing well and stuff like that. But we start to see as that run goes through that veneer starts to crack, and we start seeing the real Matt Murdock and what he's dealing with inside. And I got to give Wade credit because I think he handles the subject of mental illness and what a character like this would go through, probably the best that I've seen it in comics. It's amazing stuff. It's great.
I agree with that. And to then be followed up by Brubaker's run, I mean, good. That's just...
Yeah,
I don't know. That is something to be cherished. That it's Bendis, Brubaker. You can skip Shadowland and then go to Daredevil by Wade, and it's just, I don't know. Those are three of the best writers in comics, and writing Daredevil and making him the most layered, interesting, to me, the most layered and interesting character in the Marvel Universe. Because of what you said, the depression that he's not facing, all the things that happen to him. Prisoner in Cell Block D is what starts off Brubaker's run, which is an incredible story. And I just, to me, that those runs made Daredevil to me the most interesting character in the Marvel Universe. Yeah.
And Zdarsky's doing really well. He's doing good stuff, man. It's really good stuff if you get a chance to read it.
I need to read it. I still have it all in paperback.
It doesn't hit the same highs for me as the other stuff, but it's no slouch. It's a solid run all the way through so far, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jess.
No, I agreed with you I agreed with you. That was on my list also.
Okay. This next one I know we agree on. Brubaker's Captain America run. What else needs to be said?
I did a whole video on it, and I said,
What?
does it live up to the hype? The answer was yes.
What else needs to be said, man? Specifically for me, that Winter Soldier stuff, bringing back Bucky. I remember how much shit Brubaker got when they announced that he's bringing back Bucky, because that was the golden rule. You don't bring back Uncle Ben, and you don't bring back Bucky. That was always the golden rule in comics. You don't bring them back; they're dead. And God damn it, he made that fucking work. Not only that, he made it make sense, because when you think about it, Jesus Christ, you got like a 12-year-old kid that's fighting in World War II and killing Nazis. But it made sense, and Brubaker made it work, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, and then they brought in Black Widow, who went through the same kind of indoctrination. That I read all 5 of those books in 4 days. I just burned through them. I I was so excited to get to the next page. I could barely finish the page I was on to see what was going to happen next. I think that I don't know that I even want to read any other Captain America, even though I have plenty of other Captain America books. Because I don't see how anything's ever going to stand up to that.
Yeah,
it's just I don't know. Yeah, I made a whole video on it, read it in 4 days, and it lived up to the hype. And to your credit, you gave me the paperback that sort of finishes it off.
Yes.
I forget what the name of that was.
Here's the thing. I think Brubaker left pretty. I mean, Brubaker's gone on about he will not work for the big 2 anymore. He's just doing image stuff, and he's making more money off of it. So hey, hats off to him. He left that book, and it was Jason Latour, who at the time was an unknown, that came in and finished the Winter Soldier story, and he did it really well.
Yeah, and it tied it up and finished it, and it's a trade that I think is essential that not many people know about. I didn't know about it until you told me about it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, the allegations are what they are, unfortunately. I fucking would love Jason Latour to come back and write comics again, man. He's been active lately on his Instagram page, and I just want the guy to come back and write some stuff, man, because he was so good.
I agree with Rick Ray. Shadowland itself wasn't too bad. It's just a little bit of that Omni. It's all those other tie-ins that bog it down.
Mm. For number 5, I have the Ultimates.
That's another one the Third Eye gave me to get me up to speed. Yeah, I don't have that on my list. Damn it.
The Ultimates is a comic that I know some people don't care for it. I don't give a shit. The Ultimates. The thing is with the Ultimates is that it hit me at the right time, at the right age, because it came out in the 2000s, the early 2000s, and I was just starting to really start diving into comics, and it's badass. I mean, what else is there to say from beginning to end? The Mark Millar stuff, the Ultimates 1 and Ultimates 2, is so fucking good from beginning to end. And if you're looking for something that is pretty close to that first Avengers movie with Joss Whedon, that's your book to get.
Yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Universe owes a little bit of it thanks to the Ultimate Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shoot, I didn't.
Not to mention they took the Nick Fury concept from that comic. So
yes, they did. Yes, they did. And you get a badass fight scene between the Hulk and Captain America.
Yes. Some of the jokes are a little outdated, or the references, but it's solid. I love it.
There's like a reference to Paris Hilton, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that did not age well.
Yeah, and Freddie Prinze Jr. Lots of early 2000 jokes. I'm like,
yeah, not all of it lands, folks, but
the concept,
the
concept was great.
And Brian Hitch's art is beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful stuff.
I will counter that with Iron Fist by Brubaker and Fraction.
Ooh.
With what that was another Omni that Third Eye gave me. I think it feels like they gave me 7 Omnis that day. Iron Fist by Brubaker and Fraction. I had read Iron Fist before and was just sort of like, okay, he's an interesting guy, but the Iron Fist written by Brubaker and Fraction took it to a next level of intensive training and mysticism and where he trained and bringing it back, and it made Iron Fist a real character for me to get emotionally invested in. It was so well written. The art was beautiful. I don't know what part Fraction and Brubaker wrote. I'm just going to go ahead and assume they collaborated. Doesn't matter to me because the whole thing, it wasn't choppy. Like one writer wrote something and then the other writer did something else. It made Iron Fist really readable and exciting for me. To the point where I wanted to read more Iron Fist, and I love that book, and I need to reread it again because I remember how much of an impact it made on me when I first read it.
Good choice. Yeah, that's such a fun read all the way through. When people are asking how do I start reading Iron Fist, that's a great place to start.
Yeah, I agree.
For my next choice, I'm gonna go with. I've been praising this man for like the past few years. There is nobody I think better in comics at writing grand scale right now and truly changing events in the status quo than Jonathan Hickman. So I'm gonna go with his Fantastic Four run. I largely think his Fantastic Four run is perfect. I don't think he misses a beat for all the issues that are there. And the thing is with Hickman, he gets a lot of haters because he gets his fair share of haters, but Hickman plays the long game and he lays out things very slowly. And for some people, they don't like that. I think his stuff does read better in collected format because you get the whole picture right off the bat. But fuck me, man, his Fantastic Four run it's next level. It really is. And Gabe makes a great point because there's kind of a Hickman curse. And when Hickman leaves a book, the next guy that comes onto it it's not Hickman. You just need to level up a little bit more, pal. There's nothing against you. You're a great writer in your own right. And I'm saying this specifically towards Matt Fraction, Dan Slott, and all the guys that have come after Hickman that have written the Fantastic Four. They're all fantastic writers in their own right. You're just not Hickman. And what he did with that run is incredible. It's amazing all the way through. It has the highs of it are amazing, and that moment that will always be seared into my brain. Come to me, my Galactus. Oh my God, dude. Oh.
When that book had me hooked when they went into the basement where they had turned Galactus's corpse into a spaceship. I was like, how does it get any better than this?
Oh my God.
Because I have this on my list too. That was when I was hooked. Before that, Fantastic Four by Wade was my favorite Fantastic Four. But this Fantastic Four by Hickman, I can't add anything to what you've already said, except that it is so next level. I mean, Council of Reeds and the Galactus is a spaceship.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is so... The thinking on this book is so out of the box, out of the envelope, next level.
Yeah.
Nobody else could have come up with this but Hickman. And I will say I am a sucker for anything that Hickman writes. I love his stuff. I think I even read East of West before I even read Fantastic Four. But I'm with you. I don't see how it could get any better than Hickman's Fantastic Four.
I would love to sit down with the man just on this run alone for about 2 hours and pick his brain of, okay, how did you come up with this? Where did you pull inspiration from these concepts and stuff like that? Because it's fantastic. Pardon the pun, but it really is. It lives up to the name of the Fantastic Four. And it fucking sucks that I just don't see anybody in the next few years or anybody with that talent that'll just be able to top it or come close to what he did in that book.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun when it happens, though.
It will be. Yes, it will be. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it can't be done. I mean, we've seen it happen before, but it'll. Jesus Christ. And I've said it before, but I think what I love the most about this series is that Hickman wraps up his story and then does about 10 issues of solo Fantastic Four issues that are fun.
Yeah.
They go back to the old school stuff. He brings back Pirate Ben Grimm. A deep cut Pirate Ben Grimm.
Yeah. No, I can't add anything to that because I loved that. As much as I loved Hick Vengers, I loved Fantastic Four even more.
Yeah. Just go ahead.
This is where we're going to get into some of the controversial choices. I'll go with the least of my controversial choices, and that's All New Wolverine by Tom Taylor.
Good choice.
That book is one of my top 5 or 6 books because not only do we get Laura as an imposing, badass Wolverine, we get Honey Badger, who has a pet Wolverine, and we've got all these other clones of her that we have to deal with. And there's humor, but there's biting action in it. Things happen to the other clones where it just becomes Laura and Honey Badger. Mm-hmm. Wait, does she have a Wolverine or does she have a Honey Badger? What does she have as a pet? I thought it was, what is a pet Wolverine? I can't remember. She has a pet. It's funny. But it is so, I think that might have been the first Tom Taylor book I read. And I just loved everything about her that made her more dimension. At the time, to me, it made her more, gave her more dimensions and character interests than Wolverine himself. I've now read enough Wolverine, like Greg Rucka's Wolverine was really great in showing some other sides of Wolverine. And Wolverine's had quite a career, Patch and Madripoor and everything. But to me, this was like a sort of like cleaning the slate and giving us a really interesting, strong female character that took no shit from anybody, but still found it in her heart to bring Honey Badger into her life. And Honey Badger's a hilariously great character. Laura's the straight man and Honey Badger's the funny one, and they get into all these adventures together, and it is just fun. And I get books like Bendis and Brubaker's Daredevil that they're gritty and they show what it's really like on the streets, and then you get something like All New Wolverine, which is just like kind of like a little bit of a, not a breath of fresh air, but just a little bit lighter, still serious, but it's really fun and just enjoyable. And like, this is why I love comics. This book is why I love comics.
Good choice. For me, the next one, we're down to the last three.
Last three?
Last three. I'm going with Spider-Man by Stan Lee. And specifically Stan Lee because I like Steve Ditko's art, and you don't get a Spider-Man without Steve Ditko.
No.
But I prefer John Romita Sr.'s art more. And I think the book for me comes alive a lot more once John Romita Sr. takes over the title. Just because I like his art style more. It's more modern. I think it fits better. And we just got spammed a lot. But for me, yeah, it's fine. For me, Stan Lee, what they did with that book between Steve Ditko and John Romita Sr., establishing Harry Osborn, establishing Peter Parker, coming up with all these different villains, and it's so much fun. Even today, yes, the writing is a bit dated. Yes, it can be a bit of a slog at times to get through, but it's worth it. It's better than his X-Men stuff, that's for sure.
Gosh, I tried to buy that X-Men book, and everybody in the chat was like, "Don't you dare buy that book!"
Yeah, don't do it. But yeah, I love this. I love this series. I think it's great, and everybody should sit down and read all the Stan Lee Spider-Man stuff.
I also love that, but here's my recency bias sort of coming into play. This was my book of the year back when it came out. Wait a sec. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Okay. It is the Mike Allred Silver Surfer.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was moved to tears by the ending. I don't often get moved to tears in a comic book. It was people. I've never seen Doctor Who, but people call it Doctor Who, the Doctor Who version of Silver Surfer. I don't know. I've never watched Doctor Who, but it brought Silver Surfer down to a human standpoint and gave him a gal pal where they explored the universe together, meeting amazing creations, visiting interesting places, doing battle with interesting aliens. I mean, just the thoughts that went into this book. Well, I'd say it was a rom-com almost, except it's just got snappy dialogue, which I think Mike Allred is famous for.
Mm-hmm.
And I love his art. And then the ending is just crushed my heart, but it made perfect sense. It was absolutely a perfect ending. It was a beautiful ending, and I wept. And to be emotionally, this is another reason why I love comic books. If you get a character or a set of characters that you are so emotionally involved with that the end of their book makes you weep,
yeah,
that writer's doing a good job.
Yes,
that writer is doing a really good job, and I understand I'm putting it in place of the original Silver Surfer, Parable Silver Surfer. I mean, there's the original Galactus Silver Surfer trilogy, the whole Galactus saga. I get that I'm putting it in place of that, but nothing moved me like Silver Surfer by Mike Allred.
It's beautiful. Number 2, Infinity Gauntlet. I couldn't have a list without the Infinity Gauntlet. It's arguably the Marvel event to end all Marvel events. It was it was one of the biggest things that came out during the time. I wasn't reading comics at that time. I don't even think I was born. What was Infinity Gauntlet? 88? 87?
It was in the 80s. Yeah, I remember buying the singles when we no, I bought the singles used when we were living in our first house, which was like 80. Oh no, maybe it was, yeah. We were living in our first house in 88, so that's when I bought the singles.
Yeah. Infinity Gauntlet was massive, and it actually lived up to the term massive because you literally have the entirety of the Marvel universe coming together and trying to face off against Thanos, who he had the gauntlet, and goddamn, Thanos actually kind of wins it to a certain extent, and you have that classic moment where it's just Captain America versus Thanos, and Captain America saying, "Hey, you haven't won yet because I'm still here." Fuck, man, us losing George Perez this past year was a hard one, and even more coming back and looking at this book and even looking at it right now, it's goddamn. Infinity Gauntlet is so special.
Spoilers.
I may have gone. I've only got one book left, so, but I know I counted 10, so I may have. Oh, Gio's back. You can highlight Miss Camerel saying, "Long time no see, Omnidog. Peace and love." Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
This is a book that appeals to me, and it's not going to be on anybody else's top 10 Marvel list. I just love to have fun when I'm reading comics, because to me, that's what comics are about. I don't necessarily see them as escapism. I see them as adding fun to my life. It's it's an extra bonus that I get to collect comics and read them and enjoy them and have fun with them. And everybody's going to hate that this is my pick, but I love this book and had so much fun with it. And it's the unbelievable Gwenpool. Does it hold up to Peter David Hulk or Stan Lee's Fantastic Four? Probably not. It's better than Squirrel Girl, for God's sake. I mean, I'm looking at hundreds of Marvel books in front of me. X-Force, New Mutants, which was great. There's Thunderbolts, Moon Knight, Secret Warriors. There's all kinds of great books. Yeah. But it captured my heart and it tickled me and it made me laugh and it made me feel good. And I loved all the stories she was in. And I totally get that nobody's going to agree with this. And that's fine because it's my list. And I understand that people differ on opinion. And this isn't my number one pick. This is just how it ended up. But I'm excited for the Omnibus to get all of her stories, even the backstories in Howard the Duck, which I don't even think I read. But to me, that's what I love about comics, is just the fun. You can go into your library and just pull out a book, and you're not escaping. You're adding that fun to your life, and it makes my life better when I enjoy a book. And like doing this show makes my life better. I like talking to you guys and engaging with the chat, and everything about comics just makes me feel better. And Gwenpool was just a super fun ride for me. As soon as Omar finds out that this is on my list, I am going to catch shit for the next 5 weeks. I have no doubt about it. But I stand by my pick as one of my favorites.
I will say I also read it, and it's fantastic. So I'm happy with that choice. I think it's a solid book.
Thank you.
Good
I
choice.
Appreciate that.
Well, man, I'm on to my last one. You already mentioned which book that it is that I'm going to choose. So my number one choice is The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it is not.
That is my favorite comic of all time. The
Shut
Unbeatable
up.
Squirrel Girl. She beat Thanos.
Take him off the air right now.
No, guys, come on. Look, it's obvious what my choice is probably going to be. It's Fantastic Four by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, baby.
It's the backbone of the Marvel Universe.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Yeah. What else needs to be said? It's Jack Kirby in his fucking prime, which it can be argued that even today almost nobody touches what Jack Kirby did in his prime, just in terms of scale and structure and creativity. What else needs to be said? Fucking Galactus, the Red Ghost, the Doctor Doom. The list goes on and on for the villain. Black Panther, the Inhumans.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? What else?
Yeah, you're right. It's the keystone of the universe.
Yeah, and not only that, it's great. It's fun. It's fun to read. It takes a while because that's the writing style of the time. Reed Richards is kind of misogynistic a little bit in the story.
He's a what?
He's kind of misogynistic a little bit in the story.
He's a jerk throughout all the Fantastic Four runs.
That was unfortunately the time period.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he like shuttles Sue off to the side all the time.
Go over there, woman. I'm like, oh, all right. And I'm fairly certain Johnny Storm probably should have died of cancer because in every issue they throw asbestos on him. I'm like, y'all are playing the long game with killing Johnny Storm, aren't you? Okay, I respect that. But seriously, folks, if you've never read, you're doing yourself a disservice.
It's still highly readable.
Yes,
very much highly readable. You can't say that about a lot of Silver Age books. Fantastic Four is still highly readable.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Terscotty, the answer is 100% yes. Get it. It's amazing.
Yeah, pick it up.
And then if you like that, you need to get the Snagglepuss Chronicles. 2 of the best books written recently. Very much so.
I like how they introduced Black Panther and he's got a cigar in his mouth and he's oh my god.
Yeah. Good choices.
Am I remembering this? Didn't Namor buy a movie studio or something like that in that run as well?
I a movie studio. I don't remember that one.
I might be getting it mixed up with something else. I don't know.
I remember he was a corporate guy in John Byrne's run.
Yeah.
Which was weird but compellingly readable somehow. Tasty Melon wants us to do a DC top 10 next week.
Sure. I'll participate on that.
Batman, Superman,
Oh.
Superman.
Oh, no Batman, please.
I'll tell you what won't be on my list. Snoreman. Oh.
Got him.
Who? Starman?
Peter David's Aquaman. It's got to be in my top 5. I don't care about you people not liking that. It's fine. Let's deal with it.
Well, now you know ahead of time, so you can really do your list, Gio.
Yeah.
Is number 1 Aquaman by Jeff Johns? Yes.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what my number 1 is. So I'm looking forward to making that list. It's not an
a teaser.
Death of Superman.
Oh God, no.
Lionheart, I did not get TMT Volume 14 hardcover. I'm going to be putting all those books. I've read all those books. I loved them. Gio got me into them. I'm very happy to have read them. I don't see myself rereading all of them, so I'm going to put them up in the group for sale. I just haven't figured out a price for all those books.
$500.
They were like $50 each.
Good
And
Lord.
everybody in that group was going to want them for $6. So I may have to eBay them, or I'll try to figure out a price. But also, not everybody needs a complete set of TMNT. So in that group, so I'm not going to get 14, even though it's got the best cover of all of them. I just don't want to start a whole nother TMNT run.
Yeah.
And Cleveland Brown, I think, didn't Lou start off with Ennis's Punisher Max?
We did talk about it.
Wasn't that your first pick?
Yeah, that was one of my first choices. Yeah.
Or maybe for him, an honorable mention.
That was my number 9.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's your own personal honorable mention. Okay. But yeah, I think Lou started out with that. I will also give just regular Punisher by Garth Ennis props and Jason Aaron's Punisher Max with the most evil, creepy, psychotic Bullseye ever written. Punisher Max by Jason Aaron did a number on me emotionally.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, you arrived late and had to duck out. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, well, Lou started out with Absolute Carnage as number 1, Captain Britain as number 2, and Howard the Duck as number 3.
And Kelly Sue DeConnick's
Captain Marvel. Yeah. You could see the pain in his face.
Speaking of all these Marvel runs, where can people find them?
This
online.
This is InStockTrades.com you're talking about.
Yeah. Your home for all things collected editions. Get your omnibus, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, manga. I know, right? Box sets, afterwards, all that fun stuff. You get it at In Stock Trades. Deals up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. What else? Great shipping, fantastic customer service, and all around great website that has sponsored this channel for eons, and they continue to do so. You got to check it out. If you want your comics, you got to go to InStockTrades.com. Go and have fun and spend a lot of money, because IST is awesome, and you guys too for visiting InStockTrades.com.
And watching us.
Hell yeah.
Lionheart, if you send me that book, I will read it.
Oh,
But include the cinnamon toast crunch you were going to send to Omar, because he won't eat it, and I will eat it and appreciate it more than Omar would.
Oh, speaking of Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
Yeah.
did you know that they have cinnamon French toast version?
They also have cinnamon toast churro, which I haven't tried yet.
I tried the French toast. I was really psyched up because I like French toast.
Yeah.
Hated the cereal.
Oh, that's not good.
I did not like it. I just ate it as fast as possible just to get rid
You
of it.
did eat it, though.
Yeah, because I'm not going to let it go to waste. But the churros one I haven't tried, so instead today I actually bought a new box of regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's hard to beat that cereal.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah.
it is pretty, to my taste, it is the perfect cereal. It stays crunchy. It's perfectly shaped and flavored. And then the milk is like cinnamon toast milk
Yes.
that you drink afterwards.
It's like a second treat after you're done.
Exactly.
I'm pouring myself a bowl right after this.
Oh, man. Is this another pregnancy thing?
What?
You get this box free because your wife's pregnant?
Yes.
Damn.
There's a dulce de leche version, Gio.
Oh, I think I've seen that somewhere.
Yeah, it's new. I think it's new.
Play that cereal clip again.
It's only lesser.
Oh, and so you get free
You get
cereal?
free
I
cereal.
want to
That's
get
pretty
pregnant.
Yeah.
That's good. What a good bonus.
We'll talk about that after the stream.
Okay, good.
We'll figure something out.
Figure
Don't
out
worry.
for me. James Abel is now at the top of my list that he clipped that. That is hilarious.
There are so many moments he could clip out from that show.
We had so much fun.
Oh my god, that was so much fun.
It was so much fun. Cereal's so fun to talk about. Who knew?
I'm gonna have cereal after this.
Seeing if
I wanted to, but there's no milk in the house. My wife's back, so there's no fun stuff in the house anymore.
All right, guys, I gotta get going.
All right, let's wrap it up. It's been a long episode. I hope everybody liked it.
Fun.
I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't get too mad at our wacky antics, or do. I don't care. We'll be back tomorrow with another stream, probably joined by Riley. I don't know if he's still alive from the thing that he did last week.
Now that he's the king of manga,
apparently, I was not informed of that, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
he's the newly crowned king.
Yeah. We'll be back on Monday and do the whole shebang all over again. Halls, reads, all that fun stuff. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to the chat. You guys are great. Thank you to this lovely panel. You guys are awesome. Let's start over here. Comics Guide, where can people find you on the internet when you're not here?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and Comics Guide 101 on YouTube, where there's an archive of a whole bunch of videos that you can call me names for and stuff like that.
From 5 years ago.
From 5 years ago.
And Omnidog.
Omnidog's Vault on YouTube, and I will, now that I'm feeling better, I'll start posting again on Instagram, Omnidogs_vault.
Nice. And I'm just going to put this up while I do my plug. You can find me on 2 channels. That's A Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga, and I have a sister channel, I guess, called Geekdom Gaming, where it's all about gaming stuff, reviews, discussions, wish list items, all that fun stuff. That's Geekdom Gaming. Subscribe, help a brother out. A Week in Geekdom, all that fun stuff.
We spent 6 hours playing Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West.
Yeah.
It added 1%. We're now 21% into the game. Wow. We've done everything. And we've been playing it since February. Nice. Thank you, Lionheart. Peace and love to you, buddy. It is so big. I mean, we don't have any complaints because it's all fun. And we are getting super powered up now and kicking ass. My daughter likes to go through all the various weapons before she goes into battle. She changes clothes. She does all this. Then she hands the controls to me, and I just go in and I melee. I just whack the machines around with my spear as hard as I can. So it's a lot of fun. But I think we're going to be playing this at least until the end of the year.
Yeah, I can see
Nice.
that.
Oh, there you go. That's it. We're out. Right? We're done.
Peace and love. Lionheart.
Okay.
Love you,
Stay
buddy.
safe.
Bye, everybody.
Let's do a little outro music and call it a day. Where's the freaking song? Here it is.
I'm getting a bowl of cereal.